Good morning students, once again welcome you all in this English class. Students, today we will do lesson number 11 of a first flight book, that is The Proposal by Anton Chekhov. Students, already two parts we have done in the previous contents. So, third part today we are going to do in this content. First I will give you a little introduction of the lesson, then I will start with the explanation. The Proposal is a one-act play that begins with a young man Lomov presenting a marriage proposal to his neighbor's daughter. Before he could actually convey it to the girl, they enter into an argument about Oxen Meadows. Chekhov, the lady's father, also joins the heated discussion. After they end this, they enter into another argument about their dogs, which one is better than the other. In the midst of all this, the proposal gets forgotten until Lomov falls off due to his palpitation, and Chekhov instantly puts her daughter's hand into Lomov's. Unfortunately, the quarrel is still going on. So students, I am going to start the third part of explanation. Listen it carefully. While Natalia and Lomov both are fighting for the Oxen Meadows, Natalia's father enters and Natalia asks from her father about the Oxen Meadows. And then Chekhov has said that Oxen Meadows belongs to them. Lomov questions the claim made by Chekhov and asks him to be reasonable. He continues explaining his side of the story to him and gets interrupted by Chekhov. Chekhov interrupts and corrects him by mentioning that the only reason that the peasants got to use Oxen Meadows for the free was because it was disputed land. But now it is very clear to everybody that the Chekhov own it. He even blames him of not seeing the plan. Chekhov also points out that there is no need to yell. Yelling would not prove anything. He repeats the same words as Natalia and says that he does not intend on claiming something that is not his and also does not want to give away what is his. He says it out of anger that if Lomov keeps on arguing about the land, he would rather give it to his peasants for free than to him. Lomov gets offended and asks him how he can give away something that is someone else's property. Chekhov gets irritated by the tone in which Lomov chooses to speak to him. He mentions that he is twice his age and deserves to be spoken with respect, politeness, and all that. Feeling highly disrespected, Stepan asks Lomov to repeat his words. Natalia interferes and asks her father to send the movers to Oxen Meadows at once. Still unable to accept what he just heard about himself, he asks Lomov to repeat his words. Natalia claims to possess Oxen Meadows and refuses to let them go just because someone else is claiming it to be theirs. Lomov threatens to take the matter to court and prove it to them that he is the real owner. Chekhov accuses Lomov that he is just looking for the chance to go to the court just like all of the people in his family. He insists that he go on with the proceeding. Lomov refuses to listen anything against his family and mentions that they are all respectable personalities, unlike Chekhov's grandfather who had been tried for embezzlement. Chekhov mentions that instantly and irritatedly runs in the Lomovs. Natalia repeats after her father. Chekhov calls Lomov's grandfather an alcohol addict, breaks the news that Lomov's younger aunt ran away with an architect. Lomo mentions that Chocobo's mother was humbagged. While he was saying this, he felt a pull off his side and head. Thus, he calls for help and water. As the blame game is on, Chukubov calls Lomov's father a greedy gambler. Natalia calls Lomov aunt a backbiter, and then no one could match her level. Lomov complains that his foot is numb, calls Chukubov a plotter, says that he has pain in his heart. He adds that the last elections Chukubov was. He does not complete the sentence as he feels dizzy. He calls for his hat. Natalia calls his act low, dishonest, and mean. Chukubov further calls him names. Lomo finally finds his hat and starts asking for direction forward the door, with his heart pounding and foot numb. He feels that he is dying. Chukubov screams in anger and tells Lomov that not to step foot in his house again, and Natalia tells him to take a matter to court in order to show that they are not afraid. Chukubov calls for the devils to take Lomov long. Natalia comments that Lomov is a devil, is unreliable. Chukubov further calls his names. Natalia is surprised how Lomov first claimed their land to be his own and then possesses the audacity to abuse them. In the process of cursing him and calling him names, Chukubov reveals the real reason behind Lomov's visit, that he had been overshadowed by the argument related to Oxen Meadows. He could not believe his audacity to come with a proposal for a daughter. Unaware about the subject matter, Natalia asks her dad, which proposal is he talking about? Chukubov clarifies that Lomov came here to ask for Natalia's hand in marriage. Surprised at hearing this, Natalia tells her father that he should have told to her earlier. He further calls Lomov names and expresses displeasure on seeing his audacity to come there in the evening dress. Natalia is stern at the news. She falls into the chair and instantly demands to call him back. Chukubov is not very sure who she is referring to. She tells her father to call back at the very moment. Chukubov could not register Natalia's change of behavior towards Lomov, and thus he calls himself an unhappy man. He intends on shooting himself or hanging himself. Natalia says that she is about to die. Lomov be summoned. Chukubov asks his daughter to calm down and stop yelling. He runs away to call Lomov. Natalia asks her father to hurry. Chukubov returns. He informs Natalia that Lomov is coming. He does not intend on talking to him and thus asks her to have a word with him herself. So student, third part of this drama we have done. Rest of the part we will do in next content. So listen it carefully and read it from the book. Thank you. God bless you all. Have a nice day.